topical. Why
I'm just asking.
Why are you so aggressive? Like, why the fuck do you care about?
Because I
Johnny
support
Depp, man?
Amber Heard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you
don't.
pro
Okay.
Heard?
I don't.
I feel like my main problem with the whole case thing is that it's a defamation case and not an abuse case.
Yeah.
And so I feel like
Well, the thing is, I
I
don't
don't
think
know
they
how
have.
the evidence is actually stacking
Yeah,
up.
I
like,
think
entirely.
it's like a lawyer tech to say that they're
Lawyer
they're
tech.
yeah, because they're using the sue tactic of like getting what is most applicable to the case, which is the defamation.
It's also like
More
the
like defecation.
nice.
That joke's been made all the time. Too
Well, she did
much.
poop on the bed.
Everybody poops, man. Some people just in bed.
I think the reason why they're pursuing defamation is because Amber like literally destroyed his career by coming out with accusing him of abuse.
I mean, he
and shit
lost
like that.
the Pirates of the Caribbean.
I thought he just didn't want to do that anymore.
No, he.
I think that
I've
was
been-
what was said at the time, but it was the Amber Heard shit.
I've been following this not necessarily like day by day, but like every once in a while I'll log in and I'll see the case. And the whole thing is that he wanted to do a continuation of fucking Captain Jack Sparrow because he put a lot of time into it.
Yeah, that's him,
He's a
dude.
good
Yeah,
character.
and like he just at the very least he said he wanted to see it till like its natural conclusion. He understands that the character, would die,
But then he got
not
blackballed.
die, but like, come to its eventual
Damn,
conclusion.
blackballed.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Got blackpilled.
Well, yeah, from the defamation.
He's an incel now.
Johnny Depp got blackpilled.
During the hearing, he's like, "No, hear me out, guys."
Immediately cases dropped. You have nothing, Johnny. I'm sorry.
Incels are second class citizens.
I think the whole defamation thing, which is what you mentioned earlier, is like it's based on what the lawyers can get Amber Heard most for. Because while he was abused, you can't directly prove that to a judge, and that's the whole problem. Is like even though he was abused, you don't have that much evidence because they probably have better hearsay in this kind of case. I know there's
I don't know.
recordings,
Yeah.
but there's also recordings of like some pretty sketchy stuff that Johnny Depp has done in return, which may have just been spun a certain way.
Yeah.
Like there was like a whole bunch of I remember a counterclaim was like Johnny Depp was like an alcoholic.
yeah, me
Which
too.
which may or may not be true. I honestly believe it, but that doesn't mean that he's exempt from. That doesn't mean that he isn't abused or anything like that.
yeah,
Which
of
is like
course.
in the eyes of a lawyer case like this, you kind of have to look at the facts. So it could just be hearsay. I believe he was abused, and I think it's the general public discourse that he was.
Yeah.
I feel like this also, all in all, has been just like a horrible practice of law, just in general. Like
Why?
I don't know. It feels like all of the evidence and all the stuff that's being brought up in these trials. It's like, it feels like I feel like it wouldn't be the problem if this case wasn't about defamation. If it wasn't about defamation, I feel like there would be an actual case here in some other propensity of the law. But the fact that it's going in as a defamation case and then the evidence that's being brought up in regards to defamation, I feel like the only thing that's been brought up in terms of reputation are like, besides like contracts that have been like signed for like, a bunch of movie deals that Johnny Depp has done.
Him being dropped and
Amber
stuff.
Heard working on her career in fucking, what is it? Aquaman, DC, Dying Universe, kind of, she's
Dying
killing it.
universe.
I know nothing about Amber Heard.
That's fine. All you need to know is that she did a movie for DC, so you know that career wasn't really going anywhere.
I feel like the defamation aspect is I feel like it's important to touch on because there's a lot of things going on besides just the defamation, but it's what the lawyers are pursuing because that is the most
The best legal strategy.
Yeah, it's the best legal strategy to be able to get them on that.
I feel like there could be a potential case made in order to get this case overturned later on because of the evidence going out now. I'm not saying
You've
that
probably
there
been
will
following
be.
it more closely than I have. I haven't really been following it. Very
Yeah, I'm just
closely.
saying that like the results of whatever this case is, Amber Heard or Johnny Depp, both sides can probably follow this up and overturn it in a higher court, and it'll still because like there's still. It's super weird.
Abuse
'cause I
shit is
feel
always super messy.
It really is super messy. And
Because it's a little bit weird because they're trying to kind of slide in the defamation or not the defamation, the abuse case underneath the defamation. So it's like it's a defamation case with these accounts of abuse along with it, and that's what they're trying to add on to the case.
And besides, does that have any like legal grounds to be upheld, or is that just like a
Yeah.
moral, or is that just like a moral play on the jury?
Well,
kind
'cause
of
it's
thing?
like-
Like assault.
Well,
Yeah.
it's, the thing is
they're
domestic
he's being
violence.
tried, he's trying Amber Heard for defamation. Can they
Yeah.
tack on those crimes onto
well,
that?
I don't think it's that they're tacking on. It's because in terms of how Johnny Depp was defamed, it's all relating to abuse allegations. So
Okay.
it's like if she's coming out and saying like, oh, he's abusing me, doing this, doing that, doing this, and then you provide evidence where she's like admitting to it in some cases, or like, you know, it's just like it calls into question, you know, her intentions, then yeah, you would have a case for defamation, because it's like that's the thing. Like it's all about like, if you can prove intent of like malice in terms of them trying to ruin your reputation with lies.
Okay,
you know?
that's fair. So basically, if Johnny Depp wins this, Amber Heard walks.
I don't know what'll happen to her. I mean,
what even is like the legal repercussions?
That's what they're figuring out with
she'll
the case.
probably pay like fines. I doubt she'll see prison. You know,
She won't see prison.
It would be
I
kind of
think,
bog.
I think
Yeah.
at most she will be blackballed for a little bit.
yeah, maybe.
But-
Yeah.
The
She's
thing
gonna
is,
get her testicles removed. Gosh.
even with everything that's going on with the case, she's still getting like movie deals and shit. So
Really?
it's like,
Yeah.
I don't think Hollywood is even going to care.
They're all just gonna blow past this, most likely. They're just trying to make more money.
I think it all depends on how it ends. Don't play footsie with me while we're talking about an abuse case.
I just want to look you in the eyes while I fondle your toes.
I think an important outcome of this too is like they were so easy and quick to go towards Amber Heard's side when she started talking about the abuse case, but then
Yeah.
when the facts came out, it was like actually the exact opposite situation where Johnny Depp was the one actually being abused. I think it's like now that everyone in Hollywood or like the general public is like, we got to take this to court now to see who's real. It's like why were people so quick to go to Amber's side, but then when the reverse claim is made, it's like, we got to blackball Johnny Depp.
If anything, it's honestly probably because of the Me Too movement. You know, it's like it's a bit of a double-edged sword where, like, you know, obviously we should believe victims who come out with like credible evidence, you know, and things like that. Or even if there isn't necessarily credible evidence, like we hear them out and then maybe other people will come forward or something like that. But like there's another side to that where it's like, well, now sometimes we believe people too much, you know what I mean? And like we just kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, because it is a horrible thing if it did happen to Amber, you know, if she did get abused. But like it's you know, they're just like overcompensating to like be like, you know, we're supporting Amber against an abuser, you know, and so now they're reluctant because they've already gone so hard on Amber's side. So they're like, you know, should I change or what? Because like, how much will it benefit me to change now versus like whatever the fuck? You know, it's all a calculation at the end of the day.
The entire community surrounding this has been the ultimate cesspool of
Oh, yeah.
dog
People
shit.
are like, does this
compilations.
mean that Pirates of the Caribbean 5 is confirmed over like an abuse case?
No, the worst shit to me was like, I saw like a post of like a compilation where it said Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, mic drop moments in the court case. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I thought I had enough when I was seeing like Gordon Ramsay episodes of like Hell's Kitchen, and they're doing like these meme titles like "When the food's bussin'." It's like, why the fuck do I have to see this about a fucking illegal case between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard? Like, why the fuck do we have our meme lords on this?
When the cross-examination goes crazy.
American culture is so fucked right now.
Yeah, it really is.
Especially, you know, going back to like that Me Too movement, it is important to kind of recognize that it's when someone makes a claim like that, we do have to take it with some kind of weight, because it's like if someone sexually abused me, someone raped me, someone domestically abused me, it's like, why would you make that claim if you weren't telling the truth? But then there's still a lot of people who don't tell the truth.
People do
with that.
crazy
Literally,
shit for crazy reasons.
Guys, don't be afraid to backtrack in light of new evidence. When new things come up, you're allowed to reevaluate and then continue with said decision or not.
Yeah.
It's the whole point of having evidence.
The way that
so
it's
that we
been
can look
handled-
on things.
Yeah. I think the way that it's been handled has been kind of strange, but I also see that, you know, just in the light of everything that's going on with a lot of famous people like that, like sexual assault allegations just come out of the blue. And it's like, I honestly believe most of them, but I also think that they should hold more weight than just simply claiming it. I think they should go to court with it.
Yeah,
but also
there should
it's like
be evidence.
if you don't,
it's really hard to do those sorts of things because it's like proving.
It's all hearsay.
Yeah, it's like especially because the thing is like if you don't get like a rape kit done or anything like the next day or like the day of, it's like you really can't prove it. You know?
Also, not to mention they were literally married and stuff, or at least Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, where they were married. So it's like you also have to add on that relation that they now have. Where it's like, well, now our evidence is kind of fucked and weird, but let's keep going. Let's find some new stuff. And I mean, this is probably one of like the most documented cases I've seen in a fucking long ass time as well.
Of like domestic violence.
Yeah, because it's been going between them. It's been going on for so fucking long. They have all this evidence stacked up, and it's like, wow.
And it's highly publicized.
Imagine sitting on this evidence for like fucking however many years until this trial, and it's like, I wonder how the fuck I would feel in that scenario. Like, it's fucked.
Imagine how long Johnny Depp's been blackballed for. It's been probably half a decade at least.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And he's just been sitting on it. So, like, good for him.
Well, he's probably been gathering it in that time.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Rubbing his hands together.
Yeah.
Bitch.
This motherfucker. Dude, didn't he like lose a finger or some shit?
Yeah, he lost one of it. I think it was his pinky or something.
Yeah,
it was because a vodka bottle was thrown at him by Amber Heard.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
insane. I mean, that's clear evidence. Like, Sir Depp, where did your finger go? Could you explain that to me?
I don't like it. I love playing guitar, and I wanted to play with full fingers.
I want to hinder my experience. What are you playing with the thumb?
Like reaching your thumb around to try and play a note.
Jeez.
What was I gonna say?
You better call me a baby.
You were about to call him a baby.
Little big dumb.
You are a big
Change
dumb
my
baby.
fucking diaper then.
I'm not gonna play into that. I'm not gonna play into that.
You put it on. Change it. Come on.
You put it on.
I made a mess.
All right, fine. You know what?
Anthony.
I'm gonna shit yourself.
All right. What?
I've already shit myself. What do you mean? Welcome to an All Thought podcast.
Oh, no.
Man.
I think that's the 4th consecutive podcast where we have a shit intro.
That's not shit. We
were talking about diapers.
Well, we were talking about Amber Heard.
Diaper Heard.
Well, yeah, Amber Heard.
We segued from a domestic abuse defamation case to shitting our pants
in tribute.
Yeah, it's a shit tribute.
Have you guys been keeping up with Minecrafts lately? Like the new shit that they're adding?
No.
And I actually, beyond the warden, I can't be fucked to give a shit about Minecraft. I only give a shit about modded Minecraft now. When a new mod pack comes, I'm like, yo, that's hot.
I was going to talk about that too. After playing more mod packs, I can say that I enjoy modded Minecraft way more.
Thank fuck. So tired of
welcome to the light side.
Well, because I was playing vanilla so much, I kind of got stuck in the idea that this was what it's supposed to be. But playing modded and then going back and looking at Minecraft, it's like, the direction they're taking it is just so strange to me. It feels like they're not adding anything new. They're just adding like
more filler content.
It's not even filler content. It's just stuff that never gets finished. It's like what they're doing with the warden now is like the original idea for it was that it was supposed to be an enemy that is just really hard, and it was like a boss mob essentially. And this was
Baby Boss.
I don't know what the original idea for it was, but it was made to be like a hard enemy from the start. And that was revealed back in like 2019, 2020. And then
it's been 3 years.
Yeah, 2 or 3 updates later, and they haven't ever added him until these snapshots.
3 years later. You guys want to see a fucking pixie? A little copper golem?
A little blue shit? I would have rather had the copper golem. The ally doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if you guys have seen that either. Have you?
What?
The other new mob, the alley,
like,
or whatever.
Oh yeah, the fucking pixie mother. All they do is they work as like a single space inventory. From what I'm seeing, they only hold something. That's it.
For the most part, they're kind of useless because what they do is like you set a note block. I don't even know how you get them, but you set a note block, and when you ring it, it's like that's its home note block or whatever, and it goes and picks up any item that. So say you're chopping like a forest down. This is probably the most applicable scenario I can really see this mob being usable in. Where it's like you're chopping down a lot of wood in a forest, and instead of just like picking up every single wood from every single tree, or like every sapling or stick or apple or whatever that falls from the tree,
you hit a note block, and then you see him, Shia LaBeouf,
the alley. It's like you give him like a sapling or a stick or an oak log, and it finds all of that item in the given area, which theoretically seems cool. But how many instances can you really see of that being used?
Yeah,
you know,
it only works from what I can see, like automation.
Yeah, and that's really it.
So, I mean, but also
you still have to give it the item for it to be automated.
Some smart motherfucker will set up like rig a dispenser to.
I'm pretty sure you can like dispense an item on it.
Can you have multiple of them? Like
I don't
a fucking
You
army
probably
of
have
them?
like a billion.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I feel like there's just more you should be able to do with it. Like I feel like they could like pick up chickens and shit. Maybe automatically feed your fucking animals. That'd be kind of neat.
And that's like a Minecraft-ism that I really am starting to see the flaw of Minecraft in, because they only add things that have like one use. Like look at copper. We have so fucking much of it, and there's nothing you can use it with.
Yeah,
I'm
you get
so glad
lightning rods and blocks.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that your old white ass is finally getting into fucking kinky ass modded Minecraft.
Your old dusty white ass.
Well, I've liked modded Minecraft before. It was just like I preferred vanilla, but I don't like playing vanilla now because of how it's like I wanted more content to be added to flesh out what is already there.
Yeah.
Like Minecraft's first boss was introduced in literally like 1.0 when the game was released. And then the next boss was the Wither in like 1.4, which is not too far after. But then
I think in time that was a pretty long time.
Yeah, it may have been like 2 years or so.
Yeah.
But think about how long that was from then. It was like Minecraft released its full version. I don't even know, like 2014 or something. I don't early 2000.
I was at least.
Came out right before 9/11.
I don't know when the actual update came out. Maybe in 2012 or something. Yeah. But I remember the Wither was introduced in like 2016.
9/11 changed the direction of Minecraft forever.
Osama actually simulated the 9/11 in Minecraft.
He was like, "All right, guys, I got a
plain mod."
Yeah. That's why mods took so long to catch on, is because the government is trying to hide modded Minecraft from Al Qaeda.
They had a defamation case.
Have you guys ever seen the files that were on Osama bin Laden's computer?
No.
Yeah.
There's like a whole, like on some government website, there's a whole database
a pretty
of everything he
porn
had.
collection.
Yeah, he had a lot of porn. He had like,
is this real?
yeah, it's absolutely real, and you can access it. He also, isn't that like hentai shit?
Yeah, dude. Osama was a fucking real.
Yeah, he was a degenerate.
Yeah, he was definitely authoritarian, right?
Yeah, every Nazi is into hentai. But it was just like, it's all just the most insane shit. There's also a lot of American TV and like books.
Yeah, he
like,
had the
Family Guy.
Yeah, there's like Noam Chomsky books and stuff like that. Like a bunch of random
I wouldn't
shit.
want to be Noam Chomsky.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to complaining about Minecraft.
Fuck Minecraft. I'm so
I'm
upset on the mod pack we're playing.
Really?
Yeah.
They removed a bunch of stuff just for no reason.
Really?
Yeah.
In the new update?
Yeah. It was like the everlasting beef, which is something that you can eat forever. You know, you never have to do anything else with food ever again.
away.
I got 3 of those before the update.
I got one in a fucking cooler, so I never have to eat again. Although I haven't played in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of like, I feel like if you didn't have that, you wouldn't feel this way. You know, like if you didn't have it from the beginning, because that's kind of game breaking. You know,
Shut
But
the
that's
fuck
the point
up.
of mods,
That's the point
dude.
The point
but
of modded
all that
Minecraft
is
is to slowly
you get
become
a hate
god.
you're not even like doing any progression. You're just killing a fuck ton of cows, which is like easy
Did
as
you
fuck.
just say I'm not doing any?
there's a
I'm
whole
saying
bunch
in
of
order to
progression.
get the endless beef.
Do you know how many countless hours I've put into this
It's
fucking
cows.
mod
It's just
pack?
a random
progression.
drop. That's not progression. That's not like a tech tree.
Yeah, you
thing.
progress by killing a fuck ton of cows.
That's not
your
You're doing the same thing. That's
I've
not
progressed
progressing.
to the point of becoming an unkillable god. That's
so
the
what
point
is-
of progression.
But
Is
what
to
is
become
progression?
stronger.
What is progression in something like Dark Souls or Elden Ring then? Because you're just killing a bunch of bosses.
Well, you kill a boss, you level up your shit, you kill another boss, you level up more shit,
So you get
more
XP from
equipment.
cows.
I killed a billion cows. I got
You killed one enemy type. Like
Yeah, exactly.
And they're not even fucking. They're all passive.
What, have you
mobs.
never farmed for fucking souls and Dark Souls?
Yeah, but I'm killing a bunch of different enemies.
Yeah,
like,
and then you probably got like, oh, this sword is. I mean, it's probably dog shit because it's dropped by a common enemy most likely, and it's Dark Souls.
and even
but still,
then-
like you get the souls,
Wait,
so
even
you
then-
get the levels.
yeah, but that's just levels. It's not now I don't have to worry about
Dude,
this
you
entire
fucking
part of the
build
game
in
now.
Minecraft. What progression do you ever see?
First of all, I take
yeah.
a long time
wanted to
to go
fight here.
through. I take a long
Step the fuck. To the plate.
you know what progression in building is? The more buildings I have, the more my town has progressed. Okay,
Yeah, and I
That's
still
how it
have
works.
more land.
Yeah, 'cause you have a fucking big ass cow farm. You're killing the environment.
That's a
man.
single chunk
You're
compared
killing
to
the
like,
environment.
That's a single chunk compared to my
That's not a single
97
chunk.
chunks that I own.
It's not a single chunk. First of all,
Okay, so when you enchant a sword, do you count that as progression?
sure.
But you're just killing mobs for XP.
Yeah,
You're just killing a bunch of mobs.
for
That's
XP to progress the strength of your sword.
Okay, so I'm
All
killing
you're
cows
doing-
to
Okay,
get
no, no.
the everlasting beef.
All right,
How is
okay.
that not progression?
Let me tell you. Let me
They
tell
both
you.
drop this. They're both drops
What I'm
from an
saying,
enemy that I'm killing.
listen to what I'm saying. All right. For like a quarry or something, you have to build this thing, then use that
Saint
to
Hindu
build
here,
this
sorry.
thing, then use that to build this thing. It's a progression through multiple stages. There is no stages when you're trying to get the endless
Do you
beef.
need
You're just
stages?
fucking
It's just
slaughtering
one
cows.
stage. It's
Hold
one
up,
stage
guys.
to this stage.
Guys, let me set the
It's
stage.
so 2 stages. Just you're at stage 0, killing like a random amount of cows until you get the
until
the
you're at
random
stage 0.
drop. No,
Okay.
that's not progression. That's just a random drop.
But
Would
it
you
is
call-
progression.
Would
It's
you
just-
call? Would
it's
you
not a
call
progression
Hang on,
tree.
hang on, hang on,
I'm
hang on,
the
hang
man
on.
with the beef. Let me speak.
I also have beef.
The
You have
moment
the floor,
I picked
Alex.
up, the moment I picked up the everlasting beef, I created an item called a cooler. By having a cooler in your inventory, it will automatically feed you whatever item is inside the cooler.
That's progression step 2.
How'd you get the cooler?
I made the cooler
How do you make the cooler?
with a fucking crafting recipe.
Yeah, but like, what does it take? What does it take?
items? You know, I made
What are
it.
the items? What are the items?
I don't know, like glass, packed ice, maybe wool. I don't fucking know.
I don't
but
know.
still, the point of me making that and the point of me having that is that my food is constantly topped off. That means that whenever I take damage and I need to regen HP, I don't need to pull out food and eat it, and I don't have to refill that cooler. It's a permanent thing. I have zero need for food, and the more armor I stack, which means that the less and less damage I start to take starts impacting me less and less. And that since my food is constantly topped up, I'm constantly regenerating HP.
You don't have to explain to me how it's broken. I understand. That's why I'm saying
progress for some reason.
No, what I'm saying is that it's not like a natural progression. You're just killing a fuck ton of animals to get a random
I'm
drop.
perfecting
You're
my
not
build, dude. I'm still level like 3,000
Anthony.
in Minecraft right now.
Have you ever played Terraria?
Yeah, but not a lot. I don't
There
really like
are
it.
countless items in that game that have like a 0.5% drop. That's like an accessory. Like later in the game, there are items that you get that prevent like a certain debuff. And the only way that you get it is like by killing an enemy thousands of times over and hope that you get one.
But don't you use that debuff in order to do something else? Well, I guess that defeats my argument. There you go. But it's not so. That's fair, but like then I wouldn't call that progression either. It's just a random drop that you try to get some item.
Okay, so then
it's not like a
Elden
natural.
Ring,
It's not like a tech progression.
but in Elden Ring,
Elden Ring is not Minecraft.
it doesn't matter. It's a
Elden
different
Ring,
game. It
you
has the same
farm-
kind of. It's like if an enemy drops a specific item, like a good sword or something. I don't even know if that's how you get items in that game.
It is.
Okay, so say they drop a good weapon. That's it. Like,
Yeah,
you
but I
get
don't
that
think it's
good weapon.
That's
random.
the
then.
progression.
I don't think it's random there.
Yes, it is.
It
You
doesn't matter.
fucking
I don't think it
dope.
matters if it's progression
think
at that point.
If you kill them with like certain weapons, it's like
No. You,
Okay. Well, I
Oh
don't
my god.
I wouldn't.
Don't even come at me with that. Okay, first of all, you're the one just. Oh my god, this is so cringe. I'm actually cringing out of my fucking skull right now.
Your veins are bulging.
Yeah, I know because it's pure cringe in my veins.
How is that cringe? I'm literally talking about how I'm progressing in Minecraft.
I think it is progression, albeit not a progression tree.
Yeah,
but it's something
it's
that helps
progression
you
in the
game.
sense that it's progression in the sense that it
perfecting
helps
the
you.
build.
But what I'm saying is that it's not like you're just doing one thing to get instantly to peak like in that area.
It's like being in a skill tree and then you can only level up this one skill.
No, like
I'm not
what-
saying-
the natural thing would be like you kill 100 cows and you get like a quarter endless beef, or you kill 300, you get this, you get that, you get this, or you have to use certain parts of something to craft other things in order to get the endless beef. That's what I'm saying. A natural
So you
progression
need to
would
be told that this thing, like after 500 cows,
No,
like
it's
it
not
drops
that I
to
have to be
everlasting beef
told.
and all of a sudden
No,
it's
what
progression now.
I'm giving examples of possibilities in which it would actually
But
be
it's the
progression.
same thing.
No,
It's
it
like
isn't.
you kill 1,000 cows and you're probably guaranteed one everlasting beef. Check, progression done.
I see what you're saying because it's not. I agree that it's not a progression tree and that it is like a very powerful item from doing something that doesn't seem very, I don't know, progress
It's
worthy.
monotonous. It's literally nothing.
But
it's
I
can
think
do
it's
that
still
passively.
progression.
Yeah, I
think
know.
I don't think there's a progression pathway or anything, but I think it's still progression.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Maybe saying it's not progression isn't the right word. I just think it's
definitely
like
OP.
you're doing like one thing that is super easy in order to get a game breaking like invincibility glitch.
Well,
almost.
the thing with modded Minecraft is like that's kind of everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but it takes time. A lot of those things take way more time.
Well, no,
You know how many hours I sunk into those fucking cows?
sure, but
Did you see the banners next to next to
I
that
did.
pen? Every single fucking one of those banners is 100 cow kills.
How many banners do you have, Alex?
I have over 30.
Look,
Okay. But there's, for example, there is a hang glider that you can get pretty early in the game that I think is literally just like wool or something and sticks.
Yeah,
which
it's
basically
leather,
is like
wool, and
it's like a shittier elytra, albeit elytra would be better, but it's like you don't even have to go to the end at all to be able to fly. Essentially, if you get like slow
but
falling,
honestly, for that, I feel like that's like a what's it called? Like
it's like getting
it's
the
a
grappling
quality
hook
it's a
and-
quality of game thing, like where like, or quality of experience, whatever you would call it, like
QOL.
like in
QOL,
in Zomboid, like how you would, we got like certain mods to just like make the experience like more palatable, you know. I feel like that's what it is for Minecraft, because like walking around is the most monotonous, boring bullshit in the world. Morph mod, that's OP as shit, and that there's no progression in that. You know what I mean?
you
But
kill
like,
a bat. And you're
and
good.
you're fucking you're perfect. But like the like with the hang glider, it's just like it's a form of movement that I think is alternative to walking that honestly should be in the game from the beginning. Like in base Minecraft, that isn't an elytra. They should have some other form of movement that isn't a boat.
There's
or
so many
something.
mods in Minecraft that I think should just be in the base game.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
And that's what they did with like a lot of Minecraft mods back in the day.
Yeah,
like
they
they were
just
like
stole them and
potion,
they put 'em on.
potions and pistons, redstone, all that shit was mods. And they just fucking brought it. They just said, "Hey, I'm taking that."
I mean, to be fair, they have every right to.
Yeah, it's their
They
property.
hire a lot of people from the modding community, which
Yeah, they hired the guy who did the Aether mod, didn't they?
he's doing the warden now, which I
kinda
like his
cringe.
work and everything. I'm gonna complain more in a second. I love King B Dogs. He's a great designer, but his fucking I'm sure it's not just him either.
His
but
proprietary Aether system doesn't sit well in the Java.
I would rather have the Aether implements. The thing that Minecraft
The Aether
does,
should have been in Minecraft.
the thing that Minecraft or Mojang does is like a design philosophy is they don't like repeating stuff. So like they're not going to have mobs that are similar to one another, even though they kind of already do with like husks and skeletons and zombies and
literally
whatever the
literal
fucking-
variations of each other.
Yeah, whatever the cold skeleton is, I don't remember its name.
The tundra motherfucker.
Yeah, those guys. Strays. That's what they
Yeah.
are. So like with the idea of the warden, it's like I get the idea of it, but it seems like they lost track of what it was supposed to be along the way, because now with they delayed what the Warden was supposed to be, just like an enemy that's in this deep dark biome.
The Warden is just the new Valorant agent.
Okay. So
no,
like
literally like copy paste. They kind of are the same. Like they do the exact same thing.
What do they do?
they're both scary.
Yeah,
They're both scary. They're
scary.
both big, scary guys.
They're scary. You get in their territory. They blind you. They track
The Warden
directly
is
to
an
you,
initiator.
and then they kill you in 2 hits. So
Oh my god.
Well, the thing-
Mojang Valorant crossover.
In the most recent snapshots, they made the Warden drop something when it dies. It's pretty much useless.
Yeah,
but it is
like
interesting.
Aren't they making like a little baby backpack too that has like
No.
5 slots? I
That
could have
was-
sworn
they
that was the
scrapped
thing
that
that's
'cause they
That's
couldn't-
so stupid.
They couldn't
make a
that's what I'm saying. Like, make a fucking backpack. Why are you doing this? I don't remember what it was. It was so stupid.
But you have a backpack by default. What do you think the inventory is?
Well, they made shulker boxes, but those you get so late in the game that I feel like it's just kind of not worth
Yeah,
it.
shulker boxes are meant for like builders at the end of the game to transport 6 stacks of sand.
I think
That's
it
the
works
thing.
as a backpack. I think it's a good alternative, but I feel like there's no early game alternative.
Yeah,
it's like you
that's what I
can't
was
get a
about to say.
backpack with like 1 bar of inventory, and it's like I would rather just be able to do that than have one thing. And that's the point I was making up earlier. Was like they have no, so it's like once they do one thing, they can't do it again. Which same thing with like the bosses that I was getting into earlier. Is like the last boss that we saw was the Wither, and it's like okay, but they've added like 3 new boss type enemies, like the fucking Ravager at Pillager raids, the fucking Elder Guardian, and now the Warden. And they're like, these are perfect bosses to add in the game, but they just don't do it because they don't care. And they both drop unique. I don't know if the Ravager does actually, but for like the Elder
I think
Guardian,
the Ravager just drops a fucking what's it called? Meat.
I don't know what it drops. I think it might drop something, but like the Elder Guardian drops
I think it
sponges,
drops
which I think is.
saddles.
Oh yeah, it does drop saddles.
The problem is that there's just like there's no progression in the game. Like you
Yeah,
get like
beyond that.
diamond armor, and then all you do or
Netherite,
netherite, and then you just enchant. Like there's nothing beyond the netherite. There's
There's
really
no alternative.
There's no even good enchants. There's
Yeah.
like you can name the good and interesting enchants off the top of your head. Fucking Aqua Affinity, Depth Strider, Soul
like
Speed,
falling, feather falling.
yeah,
that's
Feather
all right.
Falling, and like beyond that, Protection, Unbreaking, and then your life is good.
Do you guys know about Swift Sneak?
Swift Sneak.
What do
It's a
you-
new one. Okay, so
crouch
with the
and you move
Warden,
fast.
yeah. So with the Warden, with the delays and everything that happened to him, they were like revamping the deep dark biome, which they didn't. They just added a structure, which is pretty fucking cool. It's like an ancient city that's like,
Oh, that's kind of
it's
cool.
all these like, there's like bathhouses, there's like walkways made of wool and shit. It actually looks pretty
renovate
dope.
one of them.
But the thing is, I don't think they have any plans for like what to do with them
Yeah.
because they have this
Just gonna be
big
another
structure.
empty structure with a chest
Yeah,
inside.
but there's it's made to be a
And a
structure that you
spawner.
kind of sneak around so you don't disturb the Warden because the skull shriekers are the thing that call them. So if you make a noise, the skull catalysts or I don't know, it's like the skull sensor triggers this shrieker and that
Okay.
calls the Warden after you trigger it like 3 times. There's no mobs in the entire deep dark biome.
Oh, so it's just boring.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, if you're a skilled player, you're gonna get around this so easily. Especially if you have like a 64 stack of wool, you're never gonna encounter the Warden. So there's really no. It's
Right.
like they're putting all of this effort into a mob that you're never going to see if you're not like a noob.
Yeah, if
So
you
it's
don't
like-
explicitly want to find this mob, never gonna see it.
Dude, there's like mods that like build like huge, massive cities, and
Literally
they randomly
alternate
spawn
fucking dimensions
Yeah,
with their own realized
Yeah.
bosses, progression system,
different like,
look at the
character
entirety of the
models for
Twilight
like
mod.
Twilights.
The
or
Twilight
for
mod itself
villagers.
is fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, actually, they should just add the Twilight mod to fucking Minecraft because it adds a fucking lot of shit.
It's pretty well into the lore too.
literally, yeah.
It doesn't feel too out of place for Minecraft.
God no.
And if that's what I feel like is the problem, because a lot of mods are doing better gameplay designing than
Yeah.
the actual developers themselves.
Definitely.
Because like
Yeah,
in
it's
the,
because
in
they're
the
made with the fun and joy in mind. And
yeah, because they know what is
Yeah.
fucking fun. And then Mojang's like, we don't want to do that. That's not in our design philosophy. And it's
Guys,
like,
you know, it'd be
maybe
cool
it's-
if you could
come on.
become a dragon and then fly up into space and then eat the moon and then turn that into a fucking mod. I guarantee I'll have fun with it.
I mean, I understand there's like lore that they're trying to go with, and then there's a lot of things that have to be officially designed. And I understand that there's a lot of mods that are pretty dog shit or pretty like just crazy batshit.
You can literally go to the moon in modded Minecraft. What
You
the
can go to
fuck?
fucking-
What the
you
fuck have
You can
they?
go to like Mars.
Yeah, you
What
can
the
go
fuck
to
has
Pluto.
Mojang done in the past 10 years that modded Minecraft?
Granted,
is-
they're optimized for shit.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
If I give Mojang the benefit of the doubt, maybe it's like they felt bad about stealing potions and redstone, and they want to create original content, but it's
they should
really it's
stick
really
to
difficult.
stealing things.
Yeah, they really should, honestly, because you're not good at it, Mojang. You can't do it.
You've not had an original idea
in the
actually ever because
well,
you
they've had
bought
original
Minecraft.
ideas, but
Did
I
they?
think
From who?
Microsoft bought Minecraft.
Oh yeah, well
I
that's
think they're
different.
good at creating ideas, but I think they're not good at carrying them out because they always overpromise in like the
Under-
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
said they would never add a fucking shark
shit.
because we don't want
They
to
added
make
dolphins.
sharks. We don't want people hitting sharks.
yeah, they don't want. It's like that design philosophy was
It's
weird
like,
to me
yeah,
too.
you
It's
added
like
polar bears and pandas that I can slay without a fucking second thought.
it's like they also don't want to add mobs that destroy shit without player interaction, and it's like.
You have
silly.
creepers, jackass.
Well,
Yeah.
granted, the creepers can walk up to you and explode, which is like technically player interaction.
Yeah.
And like you can't spawn.
Eat my ass,
It's like you have to
Mojang.
be able to spawn bosses. Like going to the end is like spawning the Ender Dragon.
Yeah.
Creating the Wither statue is like spawning the Wither.
Mhm.
It's like that. I kind of get it, but also it's like Enderman just they
feel like-
run up and take a block.
You know what would be little? There's a bunch of little tiny shit that they could probably just do and make their game a whole bunch more fun. Randomly spawning in the Nether should be like these almost completed Wither totems. It's like
That'd be
okay,
cool.
you get to for one Wither skeleton skull, you can summon the Wither, but you have to fight him here, kind of shit.
Yeah, that'd be kind of
Like
interesting.
that would like just
They do the same thing with Nether portals. They just plop them down. They're like, you
Exactly.
could build it here, but it's really in a weird location.
That's the other thing. It's like the Minecraft overworld is so fucking empty.
yeah, you
like,
just
it's
have to add
boring as
more shit for
Yeah.
the players to potentially interact with, and then
Yeah.
you have a better game. You just keep adding shit, and it's like, well, nobody wants to see this shit. You kind of got to force the player to interact with.
Don't
these
get me
things.
don't get me wrong. The new world development and stuff I think is really cool. Like it looks really pretty and
yeah.
stuff. But it's just even then it's still just fucking empty. Like
It's made caves more interesting
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
caves-
but it's also
caves
just
have
made
been-
it more interesting for modded fucking Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like with modded, it just spawns like a ton of random structures and shit. It's like, oh, is there a chest in here? Oh, this is a fucking dungeon that goes down 30 floors.
In
and
the
it's
mod
like, holy
pack
shit.
that we're playing, there's literally a randomly generated structure that inside has a bunny. And that bunny is a fucking super bunny. It hops around like Mach speed, lightning fast, and it tries to kill you. It's a boss monster. And when you beat it, you get a bunch of good fucking shit from it. It's like, I didn't ask to find a fucking rabbit,
yeah.
but
but
like,
I'm going to fight this rabbit.
I'm going to fight this rabbit because he fucking bit me, he killed me, and now I have a revenge plot
Yeah.
that I need to enact.
And also like the questing mods too and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
true.
Like,
It's like some players want direction like that, and I think you can get that with an open world kind of. I don't want to call it a backseat experience because you're playing Minecraft to explore, to adventure,
Yeah.
to
Unless
and
you're
they're,
streaming
like,
to
with-
Twitch, in which case your entire chat is trying to backseat.
yeah. Going back to like the whole warden thing, there's more I want to complain about. So like going back to the Swift Sneak enchantment, they have like loot chests in the ancient cities. And they're vast structures, like they're gigantic, probably
Really?
bigger than strongholds.
There's gonna be 3
Yeah.
chests in there.
yeah, there's probably gonna be
18 spawners.
there's probably gonna be like 4 or 5 chests at most, I'd say.
Yeah,
I've
they're gonna
explored
have
a
3
couple of them.
arrows, a saddle, maybe a new music disc.
They have lore. They have equipment that are already designed to be in the game. Which is another complaint. But like the Swift Sneak enchantment can only be found in these chests. It's applied to only leggings, which is cool because you don't have to take another fucking option out of like boots or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
there's actually 0 leg enchantment.
Like Swift Sneak.
Besides Thorn,
Well, yeah, there really
the
isn't
protection
until now.
thing, or Unbreaking. And that's
so like
it.
Swift Sneak 3 lets you sneak as fast as you walk, which is not crazy, but it is like a good
it's good for
boost.
those
Like the thing
areas.
is, it's only
For those people?
Where
Yeah.
do you see in Minecraft that you really need to sneak fast?
It's only in those cities.
Yeah, it's only
around
in the
way-
cities.
around
So
the
it's like
world.
when you find it, it's like there's nothing else to really do there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 other items that you can find as of right now, and the snapshots are still coming out. So I'm not going to say that it isn't like it's like irredeemable or anything. But they have, and they could always add stuff in the future. But they have a music disc that's new, and it's like another lore music disc, which I think the sound design on it is pretty
cool.
Pigstep was cool. I mean, I like the music
lore.
still. I don't think that's faltering, but I feel like the way that they did this music disc is so dumb. They, instead of just having a disc where you find in the chest, they make you find fragments of the disc.
Yay.
So it forces you to move around the city more, or find another city if you don't find all 5 fragments. I can't wait to
find the third piece 6 times.
Well, I think it's just one piece, and you have to use 5 of them. I don't think it's like specific pieces.
Thank fuck.
There's also something called an echo shard, which you use in no other crafting recipe other than crafting a specific compass that points you to the location where you last died, which is pretty interesting. Yeah. I think that's something that Minecraft honestly needs at this point.
On me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like I get it and then I die and then I can't even use it.
They need tombstones and waypoints and a mini map. They don't have any of that shit.
They have the stuff. They literally implemented respawning in the Nether as one of their things, and then their respawn system is dog shit beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like there's a whole bunch of things that I feel like could benefit Minecraft, but they just don't want to do it because it's either like a design choice that messes with their design philosophy or it's already in a modded.
I feel like they just don't know who their target audience is anymore.
I also feel like they don't want to take risks.
Yeah,
like they kind of play it safe.
They're trying to play it like, oh, Minecraft's still just a whole kids game. No, fucking grown ass men are playing this game,
and they're so afraid of that progression aspect where it's like you get to Netherite, which you could do it in like a couple days of playing. And then after that, it's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Mojang needs to go the PewDiePie route. They need to say the N-word and then grow up with their audience.
Yeah, Minecon 2022. They're like, all right, guys, we're going to say
I'm going to say it. Jeb, no.
In the middle of the ancient cities, too, there's this big structure that is kind of like the important piece here because
the missing
it looks
piece.
like the warden's face. It looks like with like the mouth cut out from it. And there's a special kind of deep slate called like reinforced deep slate that's rimming it. It looks like a portal, but Mojang's probably not going to do jack shit with it because they're going to be like, well, it's because they're not going to make another dimension.
Yeah, it's the idea, the lore of the portal.
Yeah, it's like, what was this for? And then I presume that they're not going to actually do anything with it with this update. They're just going to leave it and then make players like speculate for another 2 years before they actually
Captain
add anything
Sparkles
with it.
has made more lore for Minecraft than fucking Mojang does.
Honestly, true. Actually true. He should be like their fucking, like their creative director. For all lore.
I should be their fucking creative director.
All Captain Sparkles does now is he lifts and
he plays Minecraft.
Good for him.
And drives cars.
Honestly, good for him. He's kind of living.
He's literally living like multi-million-dollar mansions with his Lamborghinis.
Dude, he made so much money off of Minecraft.
He made more money than Minecraft.
Yeah,
like holy shit.
Yeah, he's set for life off of the Minecraft bag.
Oh, yeah, and he still has his fucking audience too. It's really crazy. I went back and watched Captain Sparkles again recently. Still doing fucking Minecraft.
How many viewers?
He has to be tired of it.
I mean, know. Like he's still
doing it.
He's kind of just like the old man. He's kind of like the Snoop Dogg of the Minecraft.
He really is the Snoop Dogg of Minecraft.
Yeah, he's kind of just like, I'm one of those OG Minecrafters.
The old guard.
Well, because like the old school of Minecraft YouTubing was like, he was at the peak of it. He was the pinnacle.
And it's also all filled with predators now. Yeah. So like,
and
he's one of the good ones. Yeah, so. He wasn't caught. We're watching you, Mr. Sparkles.
Yeah, we got our eye on you. You're like one of the very few, which I kind of doubt, but we'll see what happens from here.
Yeah.
Captain Sparkles is gonna get me too'd.
I hope not. He seems like a friendly guy.
Yeah, he seems like a rich old white man.
I want to see like the ratio of how much YouTube or like Minecraft YouTubers made in comparison to how much Minecraft itself has made.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
Minecraft's probably
Mojang's probably made way more money from it.
Isn't it like one of the most profitable games?
I think it is the most. I think it's the best selling game of all time.
I mean,
and it has a shit creative direction. Yeah. Come on, guys.
It's been like the same game for like the past 5 years.
Another complaint that I have is like the most recent updates with like the mountains and shit. I think the mountains like beautiful. However, I feel like it's like they don't have anything to them. You go
Yeah.
up on top of a mountain and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
It's like there's no special
It's
block.
empty.
It's like you can get
It was really the journey that we had to get to the top of the mountain.
Yeah,
It took
I mean, I
about
think
30 seconds.
I think they literally said that was the reward, because I remember someone asking them during like a live stream or an interview. They're like, "Oh, like what is there to find on top of the mountains?" And they're like, "Nothing." It's the journey of getting up there, and it's like, okay, cool.
That's
So I'm not going on top of
cringe.
mountains.
Yeah.
And
Also, shaders should be native.
Yeah. Oh my God. How have you?
they have support for them, but they don't want to add anything of their own, because
So
they're like, well,
cringe.
yeah. Where's the Minecraft Redux?
I mean, honestly, I kind of understand it, because they're leaving it.
No,
they don't
you
want to.
shouldn't.
They
Don't
don't want
fucking understand
Well, the
it.
thing is, if they add a shader pack that's really good, it completely exempts like any need for a shader pack of the modding community. It completely undermines them.
That's the fucking. Why should you be offloading your fucking work?
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Do your
that is-
goddamn
yeah.
job.
I'm not saying that is the correct take. However, I see why.
If I need to download mods to make your game like a fun experience, like
Yeah.
I would
there's
rather
something
play
wrong.
another fucking game.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, true. And I mentioned Terraria earlier too, and they have the similar issues.
Modded Terraria is still fun too.
Modded Terraria is, I haven't played it, but I want to. But
I
the
just
thing
added
with-
a big titties mod, and I've been having
Oh,
fun.
hell
Really,
yeah.
everything else is
this is
vanilla.
what they need.
Nothing's changed. I just now have titties.
That game too suffers a lot of like just unbalancing issues. Well, the progression in Terraria I think is great, but the thing is, like, they have the 4 different classes where it's like ranged, magic, melee,
Oh yeah, then
and
summoner sucks dick. Range
They all
is
suck
okay.
dick. Literally,
Melee is king.
literally the only thing that's viable in any boss fight is
Magic.
melee. Everything else is complete dog shit.
Magic.
Like by
Whoa.
it's like the
disagreement.
what?
Magic.
Even that's dog shit.
Hmm.
There's like one point in the progression where it's viable, but then it immediately gets outclassed because of how much new melee weaponry and armor that you can.
I mean, to be
access
fair, with that Empress, the radiant light motherfucker, the fairy goddess.
like where you get the sword from. If
Yeah,
you
where
kill
it's
her
like-
during the daytime where she one shots you.
Yeah.
That, I mean, the sword is definitely a good summoner item, but I think it's still not viable, because the best.
That's a
fucking-
summoner item?
Yeah, the
Oh.
best summoner item is like it gives you like no armor. You're just gonna get one shot. You literally have to summon shit and then hide.
That's the joy. Don't get hit.
But that's dumb. Like, I feel like I would rather. It's like if you're gonna
Summoners
have
are
these
all
different.
just Dark Souls players who want to play a flat 2D game.
Zane is dumbfounded.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Actually, they're more like Elden Ring players because they summon their mimics.
I mean, I guess there's comparisons. I think the progression is similar. It's like you kill this boss, get access to this thing, you
You're saying-
use that.
You're
Minecraft
saying
is a Souls-like.
Yeah, Terraria is the Souls like of crafting games.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. And I think Terraria does the better progression aspect, because there's so many.
Yeah,
more
because
shit
there's an
to
actual
do.
fucking progression. You unlock stages of the world progresses.
Also,
There's
people
more
join like your community or whatever, like
Yeah.
the NPCs and shit.
Terraria is a better fucking Minecraft. I'm gonna say
in
it.
terms of the gameplay loop, I think so.
I don't
honestly.
really enjoy Terraria's gameplay though, personally. I think I think it's kind of boring.
but there's more in
Yeah,
it
no,
than there
I
is
would-
fucking Minecraft.
I definitely won't even. I will never disagree with that. It's obviously true, but it's just like something about it is just like boring. Like I fucking sleep playing that game.
That's because you're bad.
Yeah, probably.
You're bad at Terraria. I think just the gameplay loop is more fun. And I think it's something that Minecraft does need, because I think honestly Minecraft is caught in like a niche where they don't know what to do with themselves. It's like
Yeah.
if they add more progression, I don't understand why they're not adding more progression stuff. It's like, why not add stuff beyond like diamond armor? Add harder enemies so you actually
Yeah.
be able to use this, better
Make a
equipment.
mob that will steal your fucking weapon, so that way you can cry.
Yeah,
It's like-
make a hard mod.
An
True hard
RL
mode.
craft mod.
Once you get like a certain armor piece, like it's literally never gonna break again. Like you're fine.
Yeah, you pop
because
mending on that bitch,
Yeah.
and then you're done.
nothing hurts you enough to destroy your armor once you get to that stage. and it's
Except the
kinda stupid.
emotional scars of your friends.
Yeah, true.
But I think that's fine,
Your
because
comrade's dying.
it would make sense if the things that you're using to
Hey, dog.
upgrade your equipment and weapons are even harder to get, because it's like it's like you get a nether star or something.
Yeah, make us
For-
farm the fucking withers so that way we can make a new piece of armor. Make it like the god sword. I don't care if it's overpowered.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a goal to work towards.
I totally forgot about the beacon shit.
There's no fucking point in doing a beacon unless you're gonna stay in the. It's my hardcore Minecraft world that I've been playing for the past 7 years. It's like, okay, I don't fucking care.
Well, yeah, I think it's
I
interesting
don't
to
play
add that.
hardcore Minecraft.
I think the
dumb.
beacons are useful, but I'm also someone who doesn't play super nomadically. Like I would build a house and then stay in that location. So a beacon would be beneficial to me. But beyond that, it's like I kill the wither, I make a beacon. What's next?
The beacon has zero fucking range. It's not even worthwhile.
Isn't the beacon?
It isn't that
like you get like permanent buffs.
Yeah,
don't you?
only in the area.
Literally, you don't
really?
encompasses. Yeah.
That's actually so
Yeah,
stupid.
you know what you can do? You can make a fucking potion and do the same goddamn
True.
thing.
Yeah, actually true. Well, I think there's certain buffs that you get, like haste, that you can't get from potions.
Or
Yeah,
rabbit jump or whatever.
I think you can get that.
Is
I
that
think-
a potion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
recently checked the, or at least in Olive Fabric, you know, the too many items mod, how it lists like what the shit's from. In default Minecraft, there's apparently a bunch of potions that have stacked effects, and one of them gives you fucking like strength 4 or strength 3, and I've never seen that in Minecraft in
No,
my
I've never
fucking
seen that
life.
either.
I think they should just focus on adding more shit to the game that they've already created, because they add shit and then they decide that they're going to make a whole update dedicated to fixing or finishing the shit. They did it with the Nether. They're probably going to do it with the End. They did it to caves.
Yeah, there's also the existence of like just items that are really good and really cool, and then they're one-time use. It's like I just want something that's really cool. Like you have the trident. The trident's really neat and stuff. There's only the fucking trident.
Yeah.
It's like what other thing is like really
What
cool
other
to
weapon?
use besides a fucking sword?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
could do the same thing with a trident. Keep the design philosophy of not doing things multiple times.
make
and
like
then-
a scythe. Like, a scythe you can harvest and you can fucking attack in a wide area with your fucking shit. It's like you have literally a child's like imagination worth of possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, they could have unique abilities like the trident and make it spawn, I don't know, fucking like one illager has it or something in like a
Yeah,
illager
you have
tower.
to complete a maxed out raid or some shit.
Yeah,
And then you
something
get,
like that.
the-
Like you get a
the
reward for doing
Ubermensch
that.
staff that spawns villagers. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, that's cool.
And the thing is, it's like there's nothing else beyond that. And, you know, with the boss enemies in mind too, it's like they're all kind of on the same level. Once you beat one and you get the progression of that boss, like you kill the Ender Dragon, you go to the End Islands, you get full diamond armor that's just enchanted sitting in a chest, elytra,
Yeah.
and then you can kill the Wither, no problem.
And also, like, even like villages, you haven't fucking done shit with villages. You removed the blacksmith from like 90% of them or some shit, and now their only purpose is enslavement.
Well, I think they've done some pretty interesting things with villages. But in terms of progression,
Will that ever
yeah.
stop me from putting them in a fucking hole and just abusing their traits?
Yeah, that's what dude,
No.
that's what most
To be
endgame
fair,
players do.
You've been able to enslave them for a while. That's
Well,
been a
yeah,
thing for
but
a while.
like, there's been no incentive not to.
There's been
You
reason
mean
to
there
enslave
hasn't
the,
been incentive to, but now there's incentive to
No,
do it.
there's no incentive to do anything besides enslave.
Oh,
them.
yeah, okay.
Literally,
You're
they
saying now,
only
yeah.
exist for
Yeah.
slavery.
Oh, yeah.
you find them in a village, you take them, you make your own village near your base or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put them all in a whole
Dude.
bunch of beds and force them to fuck.
That one mod that has like in the mod pack, it has like those bounty boards or whatever. And it
Yeah.
has like other quests and
Literally
shit.
tiny shit like
it's
that.
so easy to add.
So fucking easy. You
And it
get
makes it-
tiny rewards for just doing menial tasks, like a real bounty board.
yeah.
It feels kind of alive, like it's a village, perhaps.
Mojang is a joke.
I wouldn't say
I'm
I
coming
like
out with it.
I like Mojang, but I feel like just the design choices that they've made just are super
They're
questionable.
silly.
I feel like they've made zero design decisions in the past 10 years.
I want to see actual fucking progression. And yeah, they added Netherite, which I think was really interesting because
Yeah.
Bastions
It's
are
something.
fucking difficult.
Yeah.
Like the
Launch up
yeah, the
Unity,
Bastions are
boys,
cool.
for making
Their-
Minecraft too.
Their Nether update was pretty cool. But
Yeah.
there's like no.
What they
there's
added
just,
in
like,
the Nether update, besides the Bastions and
They just made it look pretty.
all the different like they added the warthogs or whatever,
Oh,
the
yeah, and
hoglins,
the-
they've
and the
added
different
the
biomes.
piglins,
Yeah.
the villager trading.
Oh yeah,
I
like
feel
the
like they
Crimson
just
Forest. And shit.
like flesh it out, and I think that's a good thing.
I
to
think
do.
I think it's better. I think that was a
Yeah.
good update. But in terms of like the mountain update, I think the world generation looks very nice. But in terms of actually playing it, it seems like it's just not any different.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
no
I
the-
feel like
incentive
the-
to explore.
yeah.
I feel like the only major impact that that the new caves update did was just make strip mining not not fun. I mean, it wasn't fun in the first place. Now
it's not viable at all.
No, I think that's
it's
still
still viable
important, though.
because you strip mine and then you get to another big cave, and then the big cave will have all the resources available to you. I feel like I do enjoy that they have made the hunt for resources aspect of Minecraft no longer as much of a fucking chore.
Yeah,
I think that getting rid of strip mining as like something you need to do is good, because like you said, you strip mine for like maybe 10 blocks and then there's a fucking huge ass cave, or at least a cave that you find.
Yeah, and then you can just, wow, it's dark as fuck.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Something that really pisses me off too, that's more of a design niche that they have, is like the spectral arrows. It's like they don't want to do anything with like
Literally
light
make them
as
work
an
like
entity.
torches.
yeah.
They should work
How
like
hard is
torches.
that?
You should be able to like shoot it and then it emits light in these dark ass caves,
be
because
cool.
you can't do, and it's like you get into a cave and the only way to actually light it up is to manually place every torch down. The cave
it's like,
vines don't do
do
shit.
I want to survive today and have a shield, or should I have my offhand be fucking torches today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no, well,
You can't do either.
I don't want to die, so I'll just turn my brightness up all the way, and then I'll just run with a shield inside this cave so I can fucking live.
It's like I don't know. It's like they make them. It's like they make a lot of the design choices obsolete in and of themselves.
They've managed to make Minecraft not fun.
Yeah, they
by
want
their
the game to be
horrible, shitty
boring.
philosophy.
They want the game to be based on like
Real
I don't
life.
even know actually, because they add structures and stuff that mostly, some of them have purposes. I think nowadays they kind of realize that most of these should have some sort of purpose. I think the ocean update was kind of interesting,
I hope
like
the
the
end
ocean
is fucking
monuments,
next.
all the corals and stuff.
They need to flesh
random-
out the
And
not the end, maybe
The end, true, but yeah.
like what's it called? The jungle temples and the desert temples. I think if you had it so like there were multiple treasure chests and like a ton of different traps and stuff that you had to go through. I think that'd be so cool. Like you're fucking like Indiana
fucking
Jones.
structure,
Yeah.
randomly spawn, rare chance, and then you do fucking nothing
Yeah.
with it. It's like, okay,
It's
woodland,
a single room.
Yeah, you walk into a woodland mansion. What the fuck is even worthwhile in a woodland mansion besides like, oh, I need wood. It's close to forest.
Dude, and when you see
Okay.
that shit, it's like it's fucking awesome. It's like a
yeah,
fucking
and you walk
huge
inside, and it's like,
building.
wow, red wool.
It's really only like good for like stacking those resources.
It's cool to find these things
Yeah.
as a player, but I think they keep that
just
idea
nothing to
as
do
like the
with them.
forefront of their ideology, where it's like, yeah, it's cool to see this, and it's like, wow, but then I don't ever need to do
What the
anything
fuck
with
can I
it.
do with it?
Yeah.
That it's not the fun of going up the mountain is experiencing that snowy pitfall trap that you sink
Which
down
is
all the way to
honestly
the
a
bottom,
great
and then
hazard.
you
I think that's
freeze
a
to
great
fucking death.
idea.
That's a great thing. But then there's fuck all else.
And it's super easy to avoid them too. You just put on leather boots. It's like
Yeah.
there should be a structure at the top of a mountain that lets you have the ability to. It's like an enchantment that you could put on your fucking boots. That's like
You can put in like abandoned fucking fortresses and shit that just have like, oh, it's got, oh, this was their food supply, or oh, I wonder what kind of battle happened here. It's like just random shit. Let the players come up with their own lore. I don't give a fuck about what music disc that you're about to cook up. That you know.
Well, that is the lore.
I feel like I know no Minecraft lore. I don't give a
vague
fuck
on
about
purpose.
it. Like I literally
Yeah.
I come up with it in my head. I'm like
the only Minecraft lore is the fucking end title screen.
Yeah.
And where it's like two god entities being like, you were the observer all along, and you be happy, smile.
It's like a philosophy, which I think kind of goes well with the game. I'm not saying that the lore is bad. I'm just saying that
The game is bad.
I don't know. I personally, I kind of like the lore, but also I don't know anything about the lore. So
Yeah.
I kind of just don't care
it's just
about it.
pointless. And
It's
like
so-
the idea that they're like building things to
The
stick
lore
into
was
the
never
lore
there to
makes no
serve a
sense.
purpose. It was just supposed to provide context for the reason you're actually.
It was like
just
an
doing
extra.
this shit.
It was like an extra tidbit, but there is no concrete evidence of what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
So back to Elden Ring, while the lore is super vague and maybe sparse, there's still concrete.
Yeah, you have
chains of events of like how this boss is. Why is he angry?
And
What
there's
even
world
is this thing?
progression.
Yeah. The world progresses, you progress, like
And there's no answers to literally anything that the lore even tries to convey, which is, you know, I guess it's up to, it goes well with the Minecraft philosophy of like the world is up to the player, but I think the lore of it is also kind of, because they want to, another thing, yet another thing is like, their design philosophy also inhibits any kind of lore creation, because it's like the player is supposed to be the one that is making this world and all this bullshit, where it's like there's not supposed to be too much already created things. There's not supposed to be too much structure or like lore that is given to you about like what happened here. You're supposed to make it up yourself, because it is supposed to be like a sandbox game. Yeah. But they're trying to, it's like their greater design philosophies to make a game that any player can enjoy, ones that like grindier aspects or ones that just like to build. Yeah. But they don't pinpoint any sort of addition that targets either of those.
Yeah, they literally have the full excuse to just go ham wild and just do whatever the fuck they want with a game, and then they're just afraid to do so.
Yeah. I think they have the opening of not being able to, or they have the opening of being able to not finish something, because they either say that it's up to the player's perspective or like their own lore in their head, or that it's going to be edited on later.
It's like they're burdened by too many possibilities, and they don't know, they just can't ever start making fucking decisions. It's like, wow, we care a lot about the world, and then so they make the Nether update. Well, we care a lot about, the combat part of this, so they make the Warden. It's like, well, a lot of your ideas are like good intentioned, but you fall short of the mark every fucking time because you're just too safe. Stop being so fucking safe. And no one's gonna hate your game. They're just gonna go back a fucking version.
Yeah. Also, because like the thing is you can engage with, the beauty about Minecraft is you can engage with it how you want. You don't even need to progress. You can just build fucking houses for your entire playthrough of any world ever. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like but the dumb thing is that when you reach the Ender Dragon, you're pretty much at end game, and there's like no incentive to go beyond it, like to fight the Wither, like to get better armor or anything like that.
It's all stupid. Optional.
Yeah, I think it speaks volumes that the latest update of Minecraft, maybe with the Caves and Cliffs update, this might have changed, but before that, the most popular version of Minecraft wasn't latest release.
Yeah, 1.7.
Yeah, it was 1.7.10. That was like the
I think
golden
it's
age.
1.12 now. Because all the mod packs got updated towards it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like that speaks fucking volumes about the direction you've taken your fucking game. The fact that, there's this old update that just,
I think they
by
also,
all intents and purposes, it's better than whatever the fuck you've done to it.
This is also kind of this is a take that I'm not really too sure about myself, but I feel like they just don't add enough into the games. Yeah. And Mojang is great at, their
PR.
Not PR. They're great at like supporting their workers. They get like a whole bunch of time off. They get a lot of breaks and shit. They're really well supported in an environment, which is very different.
To be crunched.
That's what I'm saying is like, I don't want them to be crunched. However, I feel like, I don't know if this is directly related to this, but the workers are treated great, but I feel like there's just not any content that comes out in these updates. Yeah. It's like the Warden update now is like they're adding a new biome, like a mangrove swamp, which has nothing in it besides just cool trees and a new wood type.
Yeah, they're community managers that are in charge of like speaking with the public. Do they not talk to the rest of the crew? Like, do they not know what's going on?
Yeah, there's so many ideas
like,
that I see.
They like, all right, this week we're gonna need you to hype everyone up for the new Warden. And it's like, okay, yeah, what's in it? You gotta sneak around him. There's really not much in the place he's in.
Oh yeah, oh my God, that's another gripe I have. The deep dark biome is not a biome. It's literally just skulk blocks around in a cave. There's nothing else there. And I get that it's supposed to be kind of like a wasteland because no mobs spawn there. Yeah. Mobs dying by a skulk catalyst make more skulk block. So that's kind of lore friendly, but also there's nothing else in this place besides the cities don't even spawn all the time in these biomes. So it's literally like,
so
yeah, you're gonna find this deep dark biome in the caves.
This 1 in a million chance of finding this deep dark biome, and it doesn't have the thing you're fucking looking for.
Well, it's not. Thank God. It's about as common as like the dripstone or lush caves biomes. But the thing is, it's like a biome that is. It's like a biome that is made the caves more boring because there's less mobs and there's less chance of ore spawning because of the skulk taking place. It's like, what do I fucking do in this biome? It's like only there to spawn the cities. And if I don't find a city there, I'm turning around. There's nothing there.
Yeah. It might be that they are talking to people in the community, but the community is comprised of like very young children.
The community is comprised of either 12-year-olds.
They're going to elementary schools to
Yeah.
find fucking ideas. They're like, let's make Dolphin. They're like, great idea.
There's definitely a lot of adults that play it, but I think the vast majority of Minecraft players are children.
Mojang had
Like younger
they're
than
more
15 or
occupied with
14.
Education Edition than they are with the
I mean,
the
shout
actual
out to the
fucking
Education
game.
Edition. It seems great.
Does it? I hope
Yeah.
so.
What is that?
It's literally made to teach people about like a lot. I mean, I don't know what's actually in it, but it's a good because everyone
Like
loves
game
fucking.
development?
Yeah, it's a
No.
it's a
It's
license.
like coding sometimes.
Oh,
It's also
okay.
like there's chemistry and physics involved.
It's a
Interesting.
licensed version of Minecraft, dedicated for education systems, so that way you can teach children.
You're
that's
teaching
pretty cool.
you're teaching shit through Minecraft.
through the
essentially.
game, yeah.
Which is really fucking
Yeah, that's a good idea.
great.
I learned Java through
wait.
Minecraft anyways.
We criticize Fortnite for doing the same thing.
What is
though.
Fortnite?
Fortnite
Teach
does
people.
not have a fucking education edition.
I present to you
Fortnite saved the world, which is
Black History Month 2022.
Oh my god! They had Travis Scott's play a concert.
No, they played the "I Have the Dream" speech and
Oh my
Travis Scott.
god, dude!
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. It's like all these kids are gonna be like, I don't fucking care.
well, I mean, to be fair, if you have a Black History Month inside your game, the N-words that people say in your lobbies should go down.
I don't know. I feel like if anything, they might go up.
They'll
with
spike for a little
with
bit.
the gaming community.
During the event, it probably spiked.
I really wish you
Sir.
could measure that.
Fortnite N-word usage spikes all of a sudden during Black History Month.
Measured by the CDC.
As
This
a
is
closing
official data.
statement about my
All right, closing
Hearsay, Your
statements.
Honor,
Closing
hearsay.
statements.
yeah, as my closing statements about how much I am being aggravated with Minecraft. I've been following the snapshots for recently for like 2 years
Nerd.
now. I'll like see every other snapshot. Like I'll just see it on Reddit or something, and I'll look at the changelog, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't play Minecraft regularly besides our modded server recently. But I'll be like, oh, cool, they added this. This is interesting. But then I think about the greater like gameplay design, and it's like they added frogs. What do they do?
Yo!
It's like you make them eat. I forget what you make them eat, but they can eat like some.
And then they
I think it's
pulled
like a
out clay.
fish or something, and then they make like a lamp, like a
Really?
light source that drops. And it's like, what do you do with a light source? Jack shit. It's literally just another light source. It's a glowstone that has a different texture.
Wow,
it's like I
okay.
understand for building.
Yeah, it's
block
really just
purposes,
building. Yeah.
But again, there's no progression. I feel like that's what Minecraft is severely lacking
Yeah.
now.
Speaking of our modded Minecraft world for a little bit, someone has been fucking with me.
Yeah, you have a vendetta now.
Someone, every single time I fucking log in, my rubber trees. So in modern Minecraft, there's tech mods, and these rubber trees are required in order to make rubber, in order to make cables, in order to make the building blocks of industry. And every time I've logged in, someone has taken out a sizable chunk in the same fucking spot every single goddamn time of my rubber trees.
My God.
And so I'm now forced to trap my own base.
What do you have, like mines laid out in the field?
For the sake of privacy and
Thank you for telling me this. I'll be on the lookout now.
but I will say that my current project is making an obsidian vault around my rubber trees. I have to get a redstone. I have to get a redstone system
You
set up to
misspoke.
set a password in order to enter
Oh my
rubber
God.
trees. It's
You have
gonna
to
be,
have like a contained greenhouse for your trees.
yeah, it's gonna
You
be
have
so
biometrics to get in.
literally so fucking annoying because someone keeps touching my fucking trees. And save for nuking everyone, which I don't want to have to do.
Honestly, do it. Honestly, do it.
Thinking about it every day, I think about it.
But that's
You
the
should-
beauty of modded.
Oh,
you
wait.
can do this.
You
can
don't have-
explore to your heart's desire
I don't have what
and take your
Access
friend's
to, like,
rubber tree.
the,
Draconic evolution.
No, you
it
don't
make
have-
life so much easier.
Man, let me finish. You don't have access to like the logs to see who joins when.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
So I have to do detective
What
work,
if it's the admin?
and I've narrowed it down to a couple prime suspects.
Let's hear them.
No,
I want to hear your profiles. Draw the links.
first and foremost,
They're not going to
prime-
listen.
Yeah, true. Prime suspect number one is actually Andrew.
Andrew.
You're
A good friend of
Loach
ours.
on Discord.
Now, there's a couple reasons why I narrowed it down
Andrew's
to
a
him
friendly
being
guy.
our prime suspect. First of all, he himself is quite the mischievous little rascal. He was the one who took a chisel around last time and carved poop on everyone's walls.
I got poop.
Nice. Good for him.
But also, in claimed territory, the only people who can affect claimed territory are people inside of your party
It's a man on the inside.
and admins.
Ooh.
And so that leaves,
His brother.
well, first of all, Phil and Zoe, who both have admin, they could potentially do that. However,
True detective work.
Zoe is working oftentimes with Anaya, and Anaya lives on my land.
Mhm.
Well, our land.
It could
but-
be your own kin. I haven't been on in forever. So
Yeah, I know. I know. I've been going. Went through the list of party members. Like Zane doesn't play very much. Bowie Boy hasn't been on.
Yeah. I've been on like once. I made like the rough shape of what
Yeah.
I want my base to be.
Anthony
never
gets
came back.
on. It starts making a house. Is told to unclaim land, and then you never get on again. I will say that every time that my rubber trees have been taken down, I've just expanded and consumed more land.
Maybe that's why they're doing it.
I've planted more and more rubber trees. Well, they haven't fucking
Where-
learned that I won't stop.
Where's the location? Like, what is the nearest base to where the trees are chopped?
I'm literally America in this scenario. I am quite literally the farthest fucking thing from everyone.
Mm.
And if anything, my rubber trees are the furthest thing away from everyone.
Mm.
And so that means first of all, someone specifically targeting me.
I gotta check my rubber trees on.
Have you talked to Anaya about it?
I have.
She denies it.
I mean, like we get on at the same time for the most part.
Yeah.
and
So you would know.
we do all our progression together. She works on mod packs. I work on a different mod pack.
Goals.
Kind of convene back up when we need shit.
That is so goals, dude.
One last I guess topic before we close out here. Your letter to our dear pen pal.
I literally have it printed out and I have failed to send it.
Our pen
need
pal
to-
Max, who is in a cabin right now. He's
He's
probably
literally going to come back like next fucking week. And I was like, hey man, I
think
sent your letter.
I think he comes back in November, didn't he say?
Something like that, yeah.
If you want to go listen to the episode, it's Pen Pals Podcast. I don't know what number it is, but I'll probably have a link to it.
11.
A few ago.
It's
Yeah,
like
probably like
18.
12 or something. Anyways, we haven't kept up with him as we said we would, but we are
I know.
going to put a letter out to him soon, and we're gonna try to get back and see what he says, see how he's doing, give you guys an update.
How often do pen pals even
I would say
correspond?
I would say like it feels like
They
it should
send
be like
letters
an
back and
every other.
forth.
It should be like an every other week kind
It's
of
whenever
thing,
you
I
get the
feel.
mail back. It's like
Yeah.
or a conversation ends, or it's like Alex sends his letter to him, Max responds, we respond back, and then when it's just a conversation, it's like a text conversation at that point.
Personally, and maybe this is
It took
maybe
me
I
a
have
while to figure out how to write the letter in the first place. I don't know how to write letters because like, what do you say in
He
a
probably
letter?
doesn't give a shit. He's probably expecting like
Yeah,
just one paragraph.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would be weird to like write a letter to him a week after that podcast or something and send it to him because it's like no developments have happened.
Yeah.
You know, like he's just getting
I
settled
even
down
wrote
there.
that in my letter. It's
you know?
like I wrote it and it's like I expected some sort of like life to accumulate in me that I could
Yeah.
suddenly tell you like a really great story. But it's like
Life hasn't been
writing a letter-
accumulating.
writing a letter is like that's not what fucking matters. Just literally start going on a tangent
Yeah.
and then just let it go.
Just start talking.
You're literally talking to someone that you know or don't know, and you're trying to know more. So it's like, what the fuck do you write? Literally fucking anything. If you're ever have the express opportunity to write a letter to a person, I'd say honestly fucking go for it because
Cover letters.
I've learned just how to speak over a letter through this, and it's
Yeah,
really
how to-
interesting. It's an interesting skill that I never knew that I didn't have.
How to write professionally.
Not even professionally. I didn't
Yeah,
write
that's
professionally
personally.
at all. Yeah,
Write personally.
How to write personally.
Well,
I
yeah.
feel like all the emails I type up are like, Mr. Professor, I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
feeling sick this evening.
You have a face on.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you be genuine over letter? It's
Mhm.
really something that you failed to understand that you don't have.
Yeah,
Just
'cause-
writing a letter like that is a completely different scenario.
Yeah, like writing emails and essays and stuff, you have to have like a certain professionalism, or
Yeah,
like there's certain
or like a goal.
guidelines that need to be met. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I need to prove this thing based on my thesis or whatever.
Yeah, but writing a letter is just like, how you doing?
Yeah.
And then turn into a letter.
Weird.
Yeah, we'll send that out. We'll get a response.
Shout out to Max.
Hopefully within a week or two, within a podcast episode or two.
We'll
We'll see how he's doing. But we have been Null Thought.
Hearts out to the chat.
Hearts
Hearts out to Jimin and the rest of
Hearts out to
PCS.
Johnny Depp.
I really
and
miss you, Jimin.
Mo Yang, King B Dogs.
I'm only shouting out Jeb, not Mo Yang. Okay. And I'm talking about Jeb Bush.
Mr. Gay Bowser.